Assalamu alaikum. I love how I'm supposed to be the actress, but I've never been more nervous in my life. And I wrote something, but I've always known my father as my dad, and he was my hero, and I've been so fascinated by him. But today, I'm just even more fascinated by him because he was full of surprises. I'm finding out he wasn't just my father, you know, he was a humanitarian. He wasn't just a supporter of me as an artist. He was a supporter of art in general, and he was a leader, and he was somebody who thought out of the box, and I'm just so honored not to be his daughter, but to actually have crossed paths with this person. Because he might be the only person I know who doesn't have an ego besides the Buddha, and I haven't met the Buddha, so, you know, it's amazing because one of the biggest lessons I've learned is that you don't know how short time is. And I'm so grateful because a few years ago, somebody told me that you don't know how many conversations you have, especially with your parents. So since then, I made an effort to come visit Dad, and we would have at least a weekly chat where I would have my coffee and call him. And I spoke to him Wednesday, and what Mr. Junaid said is so true. My dad kind of left in a way that was unexpected, but it was expected because we spoke for an hour on Wednesday. He was laughing, joking, you know, he literally said at the end of the convo that he has never felt so good in his life. And he was making plans to go watch the movies and drink coffee. And one of the questions we spoke about was, what do I want people to say about me in the end? It's a question I write in my journal every day, and I got this from Robin Sharma. And I think for my father and for me, what an honor to hear your words. To hear somebody describe my father as an honest man. To hear somebody describe my father as a good man. To hear somebody describe my father as a great man. And now to hear somebody describe him as an extraordinary man. I am just honored that I got to even cross paths with this person. And what more could something be more beautiful than the end? And I am going to get to what I wrote at some point, but it's amazing how with that death, there is so much gratitude and love, and that even in my father's passing, we've all come together. And I just want to say that, first of all, if Dad was here right now, I really want to know what joke he would make, because he was always making a joke, and now that he's passed, I'm finding his jokes really, really funny, you know, and I'm pretty sure that, Dad, I hope wherever you are, that you are smiling and maybe having a cup of coffee. And I just want to say thank you, because I have a sense of peace and comfort from all of you, because I'm learning so much more about my father that I didn't even know. And I see that he was a really rich man, because money is one form of wealth, but he was blessed with the best kinds of wealth, with friends, family, community. Thank you for being a friend to my father. Thank you for having a conversation with him. Thank you for being here today to remember him and speak about him. Thank you for making Pakistan a home for him. And thank you to the Theosophical Society for giving him a chance to be of service, because that is the highest form of wealth. And my dad had an opportunity to grow, and the fact that he was an extraordinary man, it tells me that the people around him were probably also extraordinary. So thank you. And thank you for the opportunity for me and my sister, who I'm also going to be speaking for, to say goodbye to Daddy, because we were overseas, and this is really special to just be able to share some words together. So, my father always told me he was proud of me, and I believed him, because as you know, he didn't lie. And I realized after his passing, I don't know if I told him how proud I was of him. And I have written many a letter to my father since he passed. I'm like wondering why I didn't write these before. And I want to share one that I wrote with you. Dear Daddy, you always celebrated others, and today we celebrate you. Thank you for being my father. Thank you for being born, for your life, and for your selflessness even until your death. Thank you for your bravery and following your own path, all the way from South Africa to Pakistan, and now I see the parallel in my journey, which took me in the opposite direction. Thank you for choosing my mom as your life partner. Thank you for your patience, Daddy, your humility, and your heart. For taking me to school and making me breakfast even when I didn't want to go. And my dad would give me wake-up calls to this day. To this day, whenever I had to wake up early to go to set, because in film, sometimes it's 4 in the morning. Now I have an alarm on my phone, but I selfishly wanted to hear my father's voice, because I knew if I tell him to call me at 4:01 a.m. in the morning, he will call at that time on the dot. And he literally called me the week before his passing. When a girl has her father's support, how can she not be invincible? And I believed I was invincible because I had my dad's support. Thank you for the countless life lessons you have given me, and also the lessons in your passing. You always told me to follow my dreams, and now I see you also helped others to follow theirs, and that you are following yours. I am so proud of you, Daddy. Our loved ones pass, but their memories live on in us. And thank you for me being able to share these memories of my father with you, because I really feel his energy here today. I wrote something for my dad. May I remember you, Dad, in the colors of a sunset, in my laughter and my tears, when I find resilience in the face of a challenge, in the highs and the lows. May I remember you when I walk my own path, when I choose selflessness over ego, in an act of kindness, when I look at a beautiful piece of art,